हाय, इस वीडियो में हम कवर करेंगे डेफिनेशन ऑफ पब्लिक पॉलिसी। पब्लिक पॉलिसी की क्या डेफिनेशन है, पब्लिक पॉलिसी मतलब क्या है। देखिए, द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ पब्लिक पॉलिसी प्री सपोज दैट देयर इज अ डोमेन ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइज लाइफ, ओके, विच इज नॉट प्राइवेट, ओके, और प्योरली इंडिविजुअल बट हेल्ड इन अ कॉमन। तो जो लाइफ है, ओके, वो ऑर्गेनाइज है, ओके, इन अ कॉमन वे। इट इज नॉट कंप्लीटली प्राइवेट और प्योरली इंडिविजुअल. So the point for the discussion is to understand what we means by the idea of public policy. So here in public policy there is two word, okay, so that is public and policy. So idea of public, in the first place is the importance to understand the term public. तो हमें सबसे पहले public का meaning समझना होगा. We often use such term in a public interest, public sector, public opinion, पब्लिक हेल्थ एंड सो ऑन. तो हम इस तरह से जो पब्लिक शब्द है, पब्लिक जो शब्द है, वो इस तरह से हम यूज करते इन कॉमन लैंग्वेज के अंदर. सो देयर फोर पब्लिक पॉलिसी वॉज टू डू विथ दो स्पीयर विच आर लेबल्ड एज द पब्लिक एज अपोज, ओके, एज अपोज टू स्पीयर इन्वॉल्व प्राइवेट, ओके. तो ये प्राइवेट के क्या है, अपोज में उल्टा है. सो पब्लिक डायमेंशन इज जनरली रेफर टू द पब्लिक ऑनरशिप और कंट्रोल फॉर पब्लिक पर्पज. तो पब्लिक का क्या मतलब होता है, वो ऐसा डोमेन है जहाँ पे मेनली कंट्रोल किसका होता है, पब्लिक पर्पज के लिए जो कंट्रोल किया जाता है, ओके. एक्चुअली पब्लिक ऑनरशिप होता है उसमें, मतलब कॉमन लोगों का, सबका. सो द वर्ड पब्लिक ऑल्सो subsume all the dimension of human activity require governmental intervention or social regulation, okay. So the public domain where the government intervention exist or the social regulation exist, that is the main public, okay. So पब्लिक जो डोमेन है वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट का इंटरवेंशन होता है, ओके, और सोशल रेगुलेशंस चलते हैं उसके अंदर फॉर वेरियस ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज. सो हाउएवर there has always been a conflict between the public and what is private. So now we will understand these two words, okay. So let us urge that public administration emerge as a instrument of the state for securing public interest rather than the safeguarding the private interest, okay. तो जो public administration है ये mainly किस लिए emerge हुआ, for securing the interest of the public. So while the political economics contest that only markets could balance the private and public interest, the new liberalization is based on the belief that public administration provides a more rational means of promoting the public interest, okay. So the Max Weber, the emergence and growth of bureaucracy was due to the process of rationalization in the industrial society. The civil servant was conceived as a rational functionality whose main task is to carry out the will of the elected functionaries, okay. तो इनका जो civil servant है, that will mainly work with the elected functionary, that is minister. So public bureaucracy was therefore different from that which exists in the private sector because it was the motivated to serve the public interest. तो bureaucracy किस लिए mainly to secure the interest of the public, okay. So this viewpoint based on the rationality, okay, on ensuring public interest because much less fashionable after the second world war. So moreover the distinction between public and private sector is getting blurred due to the number of reform made within the public sector. So with the result these two sector overlap so much that they cease to well defined independent categories. तो जैसे after the liberalization, privatization and globalization, these two words becoming the blur, okay. So between these two words there is a blur, okay, because the idea of policy like the idea of public, so idea of policy is also not precisely defined, okay. Policy denote among other things, okay, guiding for action. It may take the form of, देखिए क्या क्या आता है इसमें, the authoritative decision, then principle and rule, purposive course of action and expression of considerable judgment action of the government. This thing will come under the public administration, okay. So unfortunately The term policy defined in different way by writers on public policy. David Stern defined the policy as the output of the political system, and public policy as the authoritative allocation of value for the whole society. Okay, so according to David Easton, public policy as a authoritative allocation of values. Okay, allocation of values for the whole society. Henry defined public policy as a course of action adopted and pursued by the government. Then Anderson suggests that policy be regarded as a purposive course of action followed by the actor or set of actors in dealing with the problem or matter of concern. To Diane, public policy is whatever government choose to do or not to do. So these all are the definition, okay, of different scholar. According to different scholar, the public policy is differentiate. Okay, so similarly, Lineberry say that it is what government do and fail to do. Okay, to and for their citizen. For Parsons, a policy is an attempt to define structure of rational basis for the action and interaction. In brief, policy is a purposive course of action taken or adopted by the various, okay, adopted by those in power in pursuit of certain goal or objective. Okay, so this is well known definition of the policy. So what is policy? Policy is a purposive course, okay, किसी कारण से, okay, उसको क्या किया जाता है, उसको लिया जाता है और उसके ऊपर एक्शन किया जाता है, एडॉप्ट किया जाता है और उसकी एक्शन लिया जाता है बाय द पावर इन द परस्यूट ऑफ सर्टन गोल एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. ओके, तो जो पॉलिसी है उसको बनाया इसलिए जाता है टू अचीव सर्टन ऑब्जेक्टिव, टू अचीव सर्टन गोल बाय द पावर्स. ओके, बाय द पावर्स. ओके, सो दिस इज द मेन डेफिनेशन ऑफ द पॉलिसी. सो पॉलिसी इज अ पर्पजिव, किसी पर्पज होना चाहिए, कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन टेकन और एडॉप्टेड बाय द पावर इन परस्यूट ऑफ सर्टन गोल एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. ओके, तो पॉलिसी की डेफिनेशन ये हो गई. So it should be added here that public policy are the policies adopted and implemented by the government bodies, okay, and officials. So this is the main definition of policy and public policy. Public, it means the government. So the public policy is mainly formulated and implemented by the government. Okay, so this is the definition of the public policy. ओके, सो हाउ वी विल डिफाइन द पॉलिसी. पॉलिसी एक क्या है, पर्पजिव कोर्स है, मतलब इसका कोई पर्पज है, ओके, टू टेक द एक्शन और उसको अडॉप्ट करने का बाय द पावर, किस लिए, टू अचीव सर्टन गोल एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. सो दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ पॉलिसी. सो नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे नेचर की, नेचर ऑफ पब्लिक पॉलिसी. ओके, सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर दिस वीडियो. थैंक यू, बाय बाय.